Hi, and welcome to my book outlet haul. I got 16 books, and they're actually all romance novels, and then one new adult book, which really is a romance novel. So, let's go. And a lot of them are series ebooks. So, first are two hardcover books, and they are Insatiable and Overbite by Meg Cabot. These are like paranormal romancy reads. Actually, Overbite is substantially smaller than Insatiable, which is a little odd. I actually read Insatiable several years ago, and I remember like a few things, like one major story point I remember, but not enough, I feel like, to go directly into Overbite. So I'm going to read them both and pretend I never read Insatiable. Basically, these books are about a woman named Mina Harper, which I'm fairly certain is either the name of like a character from Dracula stories, or is that true? Like, that's a name, right? In vampire stories? I feel like it is. She believes in like the paranormal. She's like, she can like see when people are gonna die and stuff, but she doesn't believe in vampires, and she's totally over the vampire craze. Like this, I feel like this book came out really during like the height of the Twilight craziness. So basically, Mina is just fed up with that, but she has to deal with it every day in her life as a writer. And then she meets this guy, and he's great and everything, but he's a vampire. So yeah, that's really what I remember. And then I got the first two books in a contemporary romance series, at least I think that's what it is. I don't know. And that's the Redhead series by Alice Clayton. So I got the Unidentified Redhead and the Redhead Revealed. And I said in my other book haul this month that I was buying these, so I purchased the last book, The Redhead Plays Her Hand, from Barnes & Noble, just to like complete the set so I could read them. Did I say they're contemporary romance? They're contemporary. I have been reading the cocktail books. I've read the first 3 now, and I'm really, really enjoying them, and I like her style. She tends to be really funny, and that's nice to have in life, I guess. And I've heard good things about these books as well. I just read the synopsis for the first one, obviously, because I don't want to spoil myself, and it seems to be about an actress who like maybe got disillusioned with Hollywood and left, but now she's returning to LA, and she ends up getting involved with an actor that's 10 years younger than her. And I think that's really interesting, like the whole idea of like an older woman and a younger man. I mean, I think he's like 24, 25, and she's in her 30s, but I think that should be fun. And since I own them all, I can just read them all. And then the new adult book I got, I did get Take a Chance by Abby Glines. I own the other books in this series, except for the one that comes after this, all on my Nook, and that's how I planned on continuing. But this was on Book Outlet, so I figured, why not? So this is contemporary new adult, and it's like a sub-series within the Rosemary Beach series. So you have the first trilogy, you have like the trilogy, the Too Far books basically, and then you have the duology, Twisted Perfection and Simple Perfection, and then this is a duology. This is the first one, Take a Chance, and then the next one is One More Chance, I think, and that just came out. And this follows Grant and Harlow, who are introduced in earlier books in the series, and I'm interested by both of those characters, but it seems like Nan, who showed up a lot in the other books, is going to be showing up a lot in here, and I don't know about her. Like, I don't feel comfortable reading her character, I guess. So, but I'll read it. Then I bought At Gravesend by Janine Frost. This is the 3rd book in the Night Huntress series, and I've read all the books, there's 7, but I don't own them all. So I'm just like, see if I find them somewhere like this, I want to accumulate them. So I have the whole series, and I love it. It's a paranormal romance. It follows Bones, who is a vampire, and Kat, who's half vampire, and she kind of hunts vampires and that's how they meet and stuff. And it's one of my favorites, and I love the characters in the series, and I just want to own them all. Then I got 2 Eloisa James books. The first one is called As You Wish, and it's really a bind-up of 2 novellas, With This Kiss and Seduced by a Pirate. And I own Seduced by a Pirate as an ebook, and I have read it and I remember enjoying it, but I don't think I've read With This Kiss, and I feel like this goes in with her fairy tale retelling series. Yeah, I just figured I might as well buy it because it was cheap. And then I bought the Ugly Duchess, which is a part of her fairy tale retelling series. So do they have them in here so I can just not miss one? Yeah, there's like A Kiss at Midnight, which is Cinderella, When Beauty Tamed the Beast, which is Beauty and the Beast. That one, the hero is based on House from the TV show House. The Duke is Mine, which is The Princess and the Pea. There's Once Upon a Tower, which is Rapunzel. There's this one, The Ugly Duchess. And I own this one as an ebook as well, but I really like it, so I thought I'd buy a physical copy. And it's kind of a marriage of convenience story, and the heroine is really awkward and kind of ugly. And then she finds out that her husband was just married. Like, it's a marriage of convenience, but she doesn't know that's what it is. And then she finds out, and it devastates her, and so they get separated at the beginning of the story. And then, if I remember correctly, but then he has to like worm his way back into her life and try and convince her that he really does care about her and everything. And I just really like their relationship and how this story goes. And it says that there's a bonus short story included in here, so that'll be fun. And then I bought 4 Tessa Dare books, which I don't own any on my shelf, and I've actually read all 4 of these. I'm sure the series has a title, but I don't know what it is. But they are in order, and there's 2 novellas in the series too, but A Night to Surrender, A Week to be Wicked, A Lady by Midnight, which got a little damaged in transit, and Any Duchess Will Do. And these are all historical romance, and they take place in this place called Spindle Cove. Well, that's its like official name, but it's like jokingly called Spinster's Cove. So just like a lot of unorthodox women live there, and they like never get married. And I think there's like this legend that they like can't get married because if they do, their husbands like always die and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's these books. I'm fairly certain. I read these a year or 2 ago, and I remember really liking them, and I just kind of want them on hand for in case the like urge strikes to read them. And most of them do take place in Spindle Cove, which is kind of like a country town. So if you're looking for romance that's not ballroom set or London set, this is a good bunch for you. And then I bought 4 Lorraine Keith books, who she's quickly becoming like a new favorite. I mean, I've only read 2 of her books, but I've loved them. The first one is called In Bed with the Devil, and I have no idea what this book is about because the back doesn't have a description, but it's the first book in the Scoundrels of St. James series. And then these 3 are actually the 3 books in the Lost Lords of Pembroke series. So there's She Tempts the Duke, Lord of Temptation, and Lord of Wicked Intentions. And there's like a blurb on all of them that says 3 young heirs imprisoned by an unscrupulous uncle escaped to the sea, to the streets, to faraway battle, awaiting the day when they would return to reclaim their birthright. So I'm guessing it's about 3 brothers. So yeah, those are the books I bought from Book Outlet. I honestly don't really have a strong urge to read any of them immediately, but I might. But if there's something in particular that you think I should read, or you would like to see a review of when I actually read them, just let me know down in the comments and I will try to make a point of doing that. Thanks for watching. Bye!